Hi, this is Deacon Larry, and this is Renewed. Welcome to Renewed. Sisters and brothers, over the next 18 months or more, we will be hearing a word crop up here and there in the press or in the church, in church publications, the word synod. The word synod is a Greek word that simply means meeting. At the end of the Second Vatican Council, one of the things that was called for was a regular meeting of bishops, not all the bishops of the world, but a group of bishops to come together in Rome to help advise the Pope and to help explore the issues of the day as the church moves forward. Over the last years, we've had a synod on young people. We've had a synod on marriage. We've had a synod on the family. We've had a synod that explored the Amazon and South American culture and faith. So synods have been a regular part of the church. The Holy Father has called for a special synod that will take place over 2 years, a session in October of 2023 and one in 2024, as times to reflect on the issues that are impacting the church today. I recently read a history of the preparation for the Second Vatican Council, and most people don't realize that for 3 years before the council began, there was an enormous amount of work preparing and thinking and gathering input. In fact, the bishops of the world, about 2,400 bishops, were sent a questionnaire to ask them what were the issues confronting your diocese and the people of your diocese as they lived in the late 1950s and early 1960s. And the bishops responded, and those various responses were categorized and ordered so that they might provide a little bit of a foundation for some of the reflection of the Second Vatican Council. Over the last year, that has been happening around the world. In our diocese, there were gatherings in parishes throughout the diocese asking questions about how laypersons and members of the parish, what were the issues that they were facing? How did they feel? What were their experiences of the church? Those responses were formulated together into a diocesan synodal response. Those were gathered up. Eventually, those reached the level of a United States response. France had a response, Italy, Vietnam, different countries throughout the world, and then these were brought together into continental responses. The wonderful thing about this concept of synod that we're seeing unfold before us is that it's an opportunity for the church to enter into a dialogue, a listening church, a church that listens to its members, whose bishops then take that information and with other laypersons dialogue, discuss, pray, discern, and ultimately shape recommendations which go to the Holy Father, who can then approve them or not as he discerns the Spirit moving in the church. It's not a democratizing of the church. It's not just simply saying whoever gets the biggest vote gets the resolution. It's rather a way of listening to how the Holy Spirit moves throughout the church and how the church over time deals with challenges. That it's not just straight up down from the Holy Father to the bishops to the us, but it's a breathing in of the Holy Spirit from the people of God to the bishops to the Holy Father, and that through that the church is able to discern what path should we take relative to some of the social issues before us, theological issues before us, complex issues of our society and our relationships. How do we deal with them? How does the church stay true to church, true to Christ, true to God's call, but at the same time respond to circumstances that are new today? We only need to think of a couple to be able to understand the challenges of the world. Certainly the questions of artificial intelligence is just one little question that the church needs to discern. How does the church embrace, and also how does the church guide the proper use of technologies? Just one little question of many that will show up in the synod of 2023 and 2024. Sisters and brothers, our active participation, our active listening, our active prayer, by all of those, not only will the church, but we indeed will be renewed.
Please like, subscribe, or comment below.